Coming up next, I'm going to give you 4 reasons why you may hate your job, and then reveal the most boring jobs in the world, and then a new ridiculous benefit that companies are offering. And of course, you know I'm going to coach you up. It starts now. All right, folks, this is the Ken Coleman Show, where we help you win at work and win at life. They are connected. And we want you making more money and experiencing more meaning in your work life, and watch that trickle over into your personal life. So let's dive into this. A lot of you feel like you hate your job. Maybe the emotion there is not quite that visceral. Maybe you don't like your job. Maybe you're wondering, is this a long-term fit for me? All of these reasons I'm about to identify for you will help you get the clarity you need, and see that clarity will lead to confidence to say, all right, it's time to start looking so that I can move on. But let's just give you some perspective. If that's you, those emotions I described are the emotions you have about work, I don't want you to feel bad, and I don't want you to feel alone. Here's why. You're not alone. What does the data say? Gallup, in March of 2021, they update this basically every year, and the number doesn't move. I've been looking at this for 6 years, this data. 74% of employees in the United States are completely disengaged at work, and then when they begin to kind of zoom out, if you will, across the globe, this is not just an American issue, this is a global issue. But American employees, to the tune of 74%, are completely disengaged. That's not partially disengaged, completely disengaged. Well, what does that mean, Ken? It means they're doing the absolute minimal, sometimes less. But minimal is the high mark. They're just collecting a paycheck. They are occupying space. Now, what does this mean for companies and our economy? Replacing exiting workers costs 1/2 to 2 times the employee's annual salary. So if it's a $100,000 salary, it's $50,000 to replace that employee. Assuming an average salary, let's just drop it down. I gave you a pretty high salary, an average salary of $50,000. That replacement cost translates to between $25,000 and $100,000 per employee. So now you just start doing the math on that. 10 times, 20 times, 40 times, 60 times, 80 times, 100 times. That adds up. It is the number one cause of lost productivity and lost profit in businesses, small and medium and large. It just is. So let's go through what I believe. Now, this is based on 5,000 plus phone calls here on this show. This is based on me diving in, and Alex can tell you, Joe can tell you, Nathan can tell you, Amanda can tell you, I actually really love diving into this stuff. And I've read Gallup surveys backward, forward. We've done our own survey here at Ramsey Solutions. And so this is indisputable. If you don't like it, tough. Here are what I believe are the 4 major reasons that people check out, if you will, or disengage at work. And by the way, over time, in other words, as the time of disengagement increases, day in, day out, week in, week out, month in, month out, it's only a matter of time before that person leaves. Because they're just kind of wandering. They're kind of like, well, let's see if I can find some other place that's a little bit more exciting. Having no idea what their response is to this situation. Having no idea how to even talk to their leadership about the idea. So that's why we teach this. Here we go. 4 reasons that you and others check out, disengage at work. The first is boredom. Boredom. Now, don't read too much into this and think, well, Ken, it's not the employer's job to make my life a romper room at work. I didn't say that. This is not all about like, woohoo, yay, like, playtime at work and being excited and scintillated. There's a good word, by the way, we don't use enough. We're talking about the fact that we as human beings all need challenges. You talk to teachers and you have them talk to you about a kid who's checked out many times, and they will tell you they're not being challenged. They need a greater challenge. You lose a kid to boredom in the classroom. That's one of the reasons, not the only reason, but many times when a student is not challenged, they check out. You've seen this, parents, whether it's a sporting event, maybe an instrument they play, or academically. So this is true of children, which means it's true of adults, because we are who we are. We are creatures of progress. We need to be challenged, meaning, in other words, when I learn and I've trained properly and I learn the task, and now it's like, I always like to go back to the bicycle example. It's the best example of all time. You learn how to ride the bike, and it's very scary at first, and you're wobbling, and you lose some skin and all that, and then you get better, and you get better, and then you get better, and then what happens? The kid graduates from riding the bike down the street to doing what? Jumping something, riding with one hand, then it goes to no hands. This is the human condition. And so we have to understand that we're always looking to be challenged. So boredom is one. Number two is overwhelmed. This is where you feel as though you're drinking from a fire hydrant. You are mentally terrified, mentally drained the moment you pull into the parking lot because too much is happening for you. It's overwhelming. And you feel like you can't ever catch up. Now, let me tell you something. The boredom leads to distraction. The overwhelmed sense leads to apathy. Like you just go, I can't do it anymore, and you shut down, and so you don't care. Boredom is distraction, but overwhelmed leads to you just checking out altogether because you go, I quit, I can't do it. I can't do it. Third reason you may hate your job, you feel overlooked. In other words, you don't feel like anybody notices you. They don't recognize you for your unique contribution. I've put this out on Instagram recently, and I asked people what causes them to engage and disengage, and overwhelmingly we saw this answer. When I don't feel valued or recognized, I disengage. And again, this speaks to our humanness. This is all relationship stuff. It is who we are. And so understand that when we feel overlooked, we feel devalued. And when we feel devalued, we begin to believe that we are of little to no value. And again, you check out. You check out. It's all apathy. Okay? So then the fourth reason that people check out at work is you're not a good fit. You're not a good fit. You're not a good culture fit, or you're not a good positional fit. Meaning you have the talent, but you don't love the work. Or maybe it's a combination of talent, passion, mission. You don't have any of it, and you're not a good fit. So coming up next, we're going to dive into the solution. Once now we know what the reasons are as why we check out. If that's the case, what do we do about it? I'll explain next. This is the Ken Coleman Show.
You were created to fill a unique role in and through your work. Now, some of you may be going, I have no idea what that is. Some of you may be saying, I know what I want to do, but I don't know how to get there. I felt all of those emotions. I've been where you are, and I can tell you, there's hope. That's why I wrote the book, From Paycheck to Purpose. You can make the income you want and the impact that you desire. And I know that you have what it takes.
All right, folks, welcome back to the Ken Coleman Show. We're talking about 4 major reasons why you might begin to hate your job, or maybe you're already there. You don't feel comfortable. You just know it's not right. Quick review, and then we're going to talk about what do we do about this. four major reasons, and this is for you to be able to do a inventory, if you will. The first one is you're bored. The second one is you're overwhelmed. The third one is you feel overlooked. And the third is you're a misfit. Misfit, right? We tend to make that a very negative word, but the reality is the word misfit is based on the actual two root words, miss and fit. You're just not a good fit is a way of saying this. So once we can identify, okay, this is why I don't feel like I belong, and what do we do about it? If the answer is yes to any of the four. So let's pick one. So you're asking yourself, am I bored? Am I overwhelmed? Am I overlooked? And am I a misfit in the company? Let's take misfit, and I'll tell you why I'm picking this one. This kind of covers a couple things. This covers the sweet spot, which I call the alignment of your talent, what you do best, your passion, the work that you love to do, and then your mission, the results that you want to produce in the world. And then it also speaks to culture. All right, so let's look at fit, all right, as it relates to, am I in my sweet spot doing work that I was created to do? I'm using what I do best to do work I love to produce results that matter to me. Is this a fit? Am I in alignment here? And you might be really good at the job, but you don't care about it deeply, the work itself, and the result also doesn't have a deep personal values connection. So if that's the case, we look at that and we go, okay, I'm clearly a misfit. So what is the right fit for me? Take the Get Clear Career Assessment. Get the From Paycheck to Purpose book that goes with it. These two tools will help you go, what is a good fit? And then how do I get there? The Get Clear Career Assessment is essentially your compass. The book, From Paycheck to Purpose, is the field guide, if you will, to get you up the mountaintop now that you've identified what that dream job is. And dream job, again, is defined by, I use what I do best, talent, to do work I love, passion, to produce results that matter to me, mission. If you're in your sweet spot, which I just defined, but the culture's bad, meaning you have horrible leadership and a toxic team, which usually those two are cause and effect, and usually existing at the same time, then you go, okay, I shouldn't be too confused because I know what my sweet spot is, but I know that no matter how much I'm in my sweet spot, if I spend 100% of my day that way, but I'm in a miserable, horrible, unhealthy culture, I'm not going to want to keep showing up. Now I go, okay, I know what's going on. It's not the technical fit of the job. It is the cultural fit. So that's how we figure out, okay, what's the cause? What's the solution? So there you go. Make sure you get those two resources. By the way, you can buy the assessment and the book for an unbelievable deal at kencoleman.com. We've smashed them together. All right. I want to get to, we talked about this in the news. It's our most boring jobs in the world. Let's go. By the way, I love this. Don't let this offend you. I didn't come up with this list. And also, we're going to get to one of the most ridiculous new job benefits that companies are offering. It's absurd. I can't wait to get to it. Okay, so what are the 5 most boring and then the converse, what are the most exciting jobs in the world? This is from CNBC.com, an online article here. Researchers from the University of Essex in Colchester, I guess you would say Colchester is probably how the English would say, and I secretly want to be British, so that's my attempt. They asked more than 500 people across 5 different experiments about their careers, and this is what they came up with. So the 5 most boring jobs, data analysis was number 1. Data analysis. I mean, this is it is what it is. You're crunching data and you're trying to figure out what are the patterns, what are the problems, what are the solutions. That's what people crunch data for. And so it's pretty in-depth stuff. And according to people who, again, do this work, I guess, they said it was pretty boring. But again, I'll come back to this. I think a lot of people who do this work, they might be good at it, but they don't love it. But I think there are a lot of people who love crunching data. I've heard from them on the show. So again, every time you hear one of these boring jobs, it's boring for some, but not boring for all. Number 2, accounting. Now, we had a guy call in on, I believe, yesterday's show who said he was doing accounting for 2 or 3 years, gotten qualified for it, was very good at it, didn't love it. This is a good example. That's why I don't recommend you go for work that is talent-based alone. You got to have the passion, the love for the task, and you got to have a sense of mission. You got to see your work and the results of your work tied to something that you value bigger than yourself. Number 3 was tax and insurance work. Again, you'll notice that the first 3, data analysis, accounting, tax, insurance work, these are all very detail heavy. And so you got to love details, not just be good at details. All right. 4th, cleaning. This is, again, monotonous and routine based. All 3 of these, the first ones, while detail heavy, they were also routine heavy. And cleaning, you're doing the same thing. You got the vacuum up and down. How many times can you do the vacuum a different way, But again, people who get great joy out of order and seeing things transform, because that's what cleaning is, they're going to enjoy this kind of work. They won't be bored. And then rounding out the top 5, banking. But again, very number intensive, detail intensive, routine intensive. So let's do a quick on the flip side. Then I want to get to this ridiculous benefit that companies are offering to try to attract candidates. The top 5 most exciting jobs: performing arts, obviously. You're singing, you're dancing, you're acting, sculpting, drawing, painting, whatever. And it's very creative in nature, which is stimulating. And many times it's in front of an audience, which is, adulation. So it's creation and adulation. And boy, that's kind of exciting. Next is science. And again, you're solving a problem, a lot of hypothesis, a lot of experimentation. You get a little progress, feel like you're getting somewhere. Yeah, I can see that. Journalism. Journalism can be exciting. It can also be terrifically boring and a lot of burnout in journalism, but nonetheless, it made the list. Health professional. Obviously, you can have some crazy things happen as a health professional. A lot of different problems you're solving. And then finally, teaching. I got to tell you, I thought this was really interesting that this came in the top 5 because that's not the case in the American school system. I got teachers bleeding to me on Instagram and Facebook saying, we're burned out, we need help. All right, so there you go. Okay, do we have an image for this, Alex? We do. Okay, so here's the deal. I talked about how companies are obviously having to get scrappy, and they're having to cut through the clutter. They're competing right now. It's desperate for a lot of restaurants, kind of that service there, the service industry as it relates to food and hospitality. So somebody sent me this in the email the other day. So let's throw this up here. This is a Taco Bell. Look at the sign. We circled it for you. We're hiring now. And they've got all the classic things in there. Help us serve your community while enjoying great benefits. But notice you got 2 times cell phone breaks are in the sign. Now, this is, you see the list. Go back to that. I don't want to go away from that yet. You see the list underneath the details. Help us serve your community. It's very, very highbrow, right? And then they go into cell phone breaks, vacation pay, competitive pay, Taco Bell free meals, scholarship opportunities, and flexible schedules. Cell phone breaks is the first thing they mention. What? And then it's in all caps underneath we're hiring. What is this, the new smoke break? You're trying to hire young people, and they're going, we got to give these kids a chance to go check TikTok before they make the next burrito. Lord help us. This is the Ken Coleman Show. According to Glassdoor, the average job offer attracts over 250 applicants. So if you've made it to the interview, you've already made a great impression. So now is your time to showcase how you are the best choice for this role. That's why we created How to Win the Interview. This free guide will walk you through the 5 strategies to help you stand out amongst the competition. With just a little intentionality, you can prepare yourself to win the interview. To get it, go to kencoleman.com/interview. All right, folks, welcome back to the Ken Coleman Show, where we're helping you win at work and in life. Here's why. You were created to fill a unique role in this world, in your work and through your work. That means no matter what somebody's told you or what somebody's done to you, you are incredibly valuable. Somebody out there needs you to show up and be you. So that's what we help you. More money, more meaning, more income, more impact. All right, it's time for time to be coached up. Now, if you want to get coached up in any area, quite frankly, we're not going to, we're going to try to help everybody. But you got a toxic work situation and you need coaching on how to get through it because you can't leave right away. You got a horrible leader and you don't know what to do. You are trying to figure out what you want to do. You're trying to figure out what's the right qualification and education to go where I want to go. This is the kind of stuff we coach on, but we'll also coach on relationship stuff. And because that's a big part. Hey, Ken, I'm trying to help my spouse. My spouse is miserable. It's affecting our relationship. They don't know where to go. Whatever. My girlfriend and I aren't on the same page. She wants me to pop the question. I'm not ready because I don't know if she wants to do what it's going to take for us to, it's like whatever. We'll do it. Boss, by the way, we jump in on the chat room every once in a while as well, so maybe I'll jump in there in a little bit. But it's time to coach you up. And if you want to get coached up, it's really simple. 844-747-2577. If you get a voicemail, follow the instructions, and we'll try to get you on the show. All right, here we go. Corey is in, Agawam, Massachusetts. Oh, my goodness. Corey, you're on the Ken Coleman Show.
Hello, how you doing?
I'm doing great. Corey, how are you?
Good.
How can I help?
So I work as an assistant manager at a restaurant. I really love my job. I love working there. But I got another job offered to be an assistant manager at a restaurant that's a lot closer to my house. Right now, I travel about half an hour to my restaurant, and I got a job offer that's about 10 minutes to my restaurant. So it's a lot closer. They have more benefits. I can move up the ladders faster, and I can't really do that at the restaurant I'm at now.
Great.
And so I decided to take the new offer, the new job.
Excellent.
And I come to work today, and I give my 2 weeks to my boss, and she starts flipping out. She's all mad about me giving my 2 weeks. She says I'm being disrespectful. I should have told them at advance time, but I didn't know I was getting the job until yesterday.
Yeah. So hold on. So let's just stop right there.
Yeah.
She's wrong.
Yep.
Not only is she wrong, you didn't do anything wrong.
Yeah.
You just found out yesterday. You don't owe her anything other than what you just did, which is very professional. And you told her the minute that you took the new job. The fact that she's mad tells me that she's under a lot of stress. I don't want to make her, the complete bad guy here, but she's not a healthy leader. She should know in the restaurant business, there's high turnover. True or false?
True.
She should be doing the best that she can do to give you a counteroffer right now. But I'll bet she didn't even ask.
No, I got no counteroffer.
Yeah,
Nothing.
because she didn't ask. She didn't even say.
And then I was also told that she might kick me out before the 2 weeks are over.
Fantastic.
Yep.
Great. Let her kick you out. What do you care?
Yep.
That's totally unhealthy. It's horrible leadership. She's a horrible boss. I made a term for that called horrible bossery. That's what that is. Horrible bossery. It's an action. I'm not telling you that she's a horrible person. I want to separate the two. Because I think she's hurting. I think she's stressed out. I think she's freaking out because she's freaking out. Let me explain what I mean by that. She's freaking out on you and making it personal to you because she's freaking out going, oh, man, I got to fill a big hole. because it's hard to get people into that restaurant to work. Am I right or am I wrong?
Oh, you're right.
Okay, that's not your problem. Is
Yep.
that why you called me? I went ahead and jumped in.
Yeah.
I went ahead and just said,
Yeah.
well, let me just tell you. You don't need to
Yeah,
feel
so-
guilty about this.
Okay.
You understand?
So what should I do? Yeah, what should I do for the remaining time?
Show up until you be a man of your word. You gave her 2 weeks.
Okay.
You keep showing up until you hear otherwise.
Okay.
That's character. That's a man of integrity. I'm going to keep showing up until I hear different from her. I gave her 2 weeks, so I'm going to work the schedule that gets put out. What was already on the books, I'm going to show up and I'm going to do a good job.
Okay.
Be classy, man. Kill her with kindness. Don't play games. She's trying to play a game if she keeps this up. I'll give her a pass, meaning I'll forgive her if she asks for forgiveness. She needs to ask for forgiveness. She needs to go, you know what? I freaked out because I'm freaking out. I understand that. I completely understand that. But if she keeps this nonsense up and plays this cold shoulder routine and ignores you or whatever, or she just goes, I don't want you coming back, go, all right.
All right. Yep.
Don't engage in anything that is not mature adult activity. Don't play games. What do you care?
All right. Yeah.
Yeah, man. Congratulations, by the way. You know what I love about this? You made your life better.
Okay.
Your commute's less. And sounds to me like you've also given yourself a chance for advancement, climbing up the ladder. Right?
Yep. All right. Thank you.
All right, buddy. Appreciate the call. Folks, we get this call a lot. Should I feel guilty? Well, let's just break down the word guilt. What is guilt usually associated with? Doing something illegal. But it's what juries and judges deal with. Did you do something unethical? Did you do something illegal? If the answer is no, then we shouldn't have any guilt. You're not guilty of wrongdoing. I also want to acknowledge that everybody, wants to be liked. Everybody wants to leave a good impression. Most people. You got some psychopaths or people that are really hurting that can't do it. I'm not joking. I mean, when I'm talking about a true psychopath that does not have the capability of wanting to be liked, and then I'm talking about people that are really hurt. This is an old phrase, been around forever. Hurting people hurt people. Now, it's hard when somebody hurts us to acknowledge that they themselves may be hurting. Doesn't mean it's okay for them to hurt you. But we do have to understand that when someone is really hurt, their ability to be rational is extremely limited. Come on, we understand that. So I always want to give people a pass, no matter how bad they hurt me. If I realize that they now realize that they were acting out of hurt, they acknowledge the hurt, it was not something they did consciously, it was not premeditated, it was an act of pain. Let me give you an example. When our last caller told his boss that he was resigning, he told her today, and she freaked out. Can I tell you what happened? Now, I don't know what she's going to do in the hours and days to come, but let me tell you what it is. It is no different than me hammering my thumb with a hammer. You ever done that before? I have. It hurts, right? You're doing this number right here, and then whammo, you hit your thumb, and what do? You don't go, oh dear, that smarts a little bit. I'm going to decide right now whether or not I'm going to show any facial pain or if I'm going to make a noise. No, what do? You go, oh, bleep. It's not premeditated. It hurt. You smacked your thumb, and the pain causes an immediate reaction. So a lot of times leaders, and she's feeling the stress of, I got to replace this guy. That's all I can do to get people in for the shift tomorrow. That's a place of pain. Is it okay that she was that way? No, but it's understandable. And then we want to give them some grace to see, can they acknowledge it? Can they make it right? And can they learn from it? So just because your boss mistreats you, it's not an automatic, I gotta go, they hurt my feelings. No, come on, you be a big boy, big girl, and see if they can be. Then we deal with that. All right, we're going to keep coaching you up, but a quick break. Don't move. This is the Ken Coleman Show. Do you know what you were born to do? In order to get hired at a job you love, you need to get clear on your talent, passion, and mission. That's why our team created the Career Clarity Guide. In just a few minutes, this free tool will walk you through a process to discover what you do best, talent, the work you love to do, passion, and the results you want your work to produce. That's mission. Then you're going to feel way more confident throughout the job search process. To get started, go now to kencoleman.com/clarity. All right, folks, welcome back to the Ken Coleman Show. You are joining us. We're coaching people up. It's what we do, 844-747-2577. A reminder, we'll change your name, but if you've got a pretty sticky situation, you feel like it's 4-alarm fire, why wouldn't you call me? By the way, Amanda, our associate producer, knows if we get 4-alarm fires, pretty sticky, crazy situations, we're moving you to the front. It's the ER, baby. All right, I'll come in the door like this, freshly scrubbed, ready to go. Now, let me tell you why I'm appealing to you. Because number one, I really believe I can help. Number two, it's free. It doesn't cost you anything. And number three, we can get you help quickly. How about that? And four, we'll protect your privacy. We'll change your name, your industry, maybe even where you live. None of those details matter. We can give you an alias so as to protect your privacy. Spread the word. Austin is up in St. Louis, Missouri. Austin, you're on the Ken Coleman Show.
Hey, Ken, how are you?
Austin, I'm living the dream. What are you doing?
I'm just trying to enjoy this kind of cloudy weather here in St. Louis and excited to be on the show.
Fantastic. How can I help?
So I have been with my company for a little over 5 years now, and I'm currently actually enrolled with Bethel Tech.
Good.
For their UI UX designer program to make a career pivot.
Oh,
and I
fantastic.
finished in October.
Great.
Yeah, I'm really excited about it. But at what point, I've been fortunate and blessed with some great relationships with my current company and been afforded some different opportunities because of that. At what point do I let them in on, like, hey, this is what I'm doing?
Well,
and let them know that I'm making this change.
What do you think the answer is? Before I answer it, I'm just curious what your hunch is.
Yeah, I mean, I understand just waiting to the 2-week notice when I have a job, but it almost feels like a slap in the face.
Why?
To them.
Why?
Because I feel like the company's really invested in me, and a lot of the executive leadership has really invested in me and my career and getting me to where I'm at. Okay, good. You're a good dude. When do you think that you should let them know? If 2 weeks is not enough notice, how much notice is right in your mind? At the point I start looking, maybe. That I'm not sure. Why? What if it takes 6 months and you've already told them you're leaving? What do you think they're going to start doing? Right. No, not right. What's the answer? Looking for my replacement. Right. Yeah. So you tell them as soon as you finish Bethel Tech training. Okay, but that doesn't mean you got a gig. Now, right. Bethel Tech's I believe they're going to be successful in placing you. That's why I endorse them so much. It's not just the training, they're placing people. So, but let's say it takes 3 or 4 months. Right. Can you be out of work for a month or two? I mean, I could. Wouldn't be ideal, but I could. Okay, then. So I'm putting the ball back in your hands on this because I want you to hear yourself logically walk through this. Yeah. Your fear is that they're going to think you're a jerk. Right? Yeah. Yes, sir. Are you a jerk? I don't think I am. I mean, come on. Are you a jerk? Of course you're not a jerk. No, sir. Jerks don't call up with this question.
good people call with this question. But I will tell you that whether or not you want to make it 2 weeks or 3 weeks or 4 weeks, that's up to you. But giving them multiple months notice, it's unnecessary.
Agreed.
I mean,
yes, sir.
If you think 2 weeks is not enough, then split the difference between 2 and 4 and give them 3. Good grief. If they can't make it without you, they aren't going to make it with you. And that's not what you presented. But if they all of a sudden dislike you and think you're a jerk because you give them a 2-week notice, they aren't healthy people or classy people in the first place. True or false?
True.
All right, then. Stop worrying about it. Make the right decision based on what you feel. You could offer them 3 or 4 weeks, but wouldn't it be a little bit ironic? Because I think this happens probably more than people want to admit. Austin could go to them and go, "Hey, listen, guys, I just feel like 2 weeks doesn't feel right to me. I'm willing, so I'm giving you 4 weeks notice or 3 weeks," and they may go, "That's fine. 2's enough." I don't know. I mean, you don't know. You can be grateful and humble and also decide to move on to something better. They can all coexist, and they're going to have to if you're climbing the ladder to do what you were born to do. This is the Ken Coleman Show. Are you wondering if you should leave your current job or stay put? Well, you're not alone. That's why we created the Should I Quit My Job quiz. In just 5 minutes or less, this quiz will help you determine if you're at the right company and if you're in the right role. And if you need to make a move, you'll get practical steps to keep you moving forward. Folks, it's time to get unstuck. Life is too short not to do what you were created to do. Go take the quiz right now at kencoleman.com/quiz. All right, folks, this is the Ken Coleman Show. I am your guide to get you where you want to go professionally. By the way, when you get to where you want to go professionally, watch you start to click off a lot of those goals you have personally. That's what our whole goal is here, help you win in work and in life, more income, more impact, more money, more meaning. And that has profound personal effects. One of the ways we do that is not just the teaching, the coaching, the resources we create here at the Ken Coleman Show as a part of Ramsey Solutions, but also partnerships. And I signed up early and enthusiastically with ZipRecruiter because I saw what they were doing. Number one hiring site in the United States. It's free to you, the user. Companies are paying them to get access to talent. And they make the job search easier for you. And that's something that I can get excited about. ZipRecruiter.com/Ken. ZipRecruiter.com/Ken. And you've seen this stuff. They've got this hilarious thing going all over the internet where this guy, Phil, I think he's a real guy at ZipRecruiter. I don't know, but he represents rock stars. And you need Phil in your corner, helping you win. So go to ZipRecruiter.com/Ken today and let ZipRecruiter go to work for you. Let's go to the chat. We've got the folks that are watching live on YouTube. Hey, what's up, folks? How we doing out there? And Ryan says, my boss keeps dumping more roles onto me instead of hiring people to replace those who quit. It's frustrating. Now, Ryan's not asking a question, but you can tell it's a little cry for help, right? He's in the chat room. Ryan, first of all, thanks for watching live. Thanks for commenting. I want to help. And absent of you getting in our coaching session here on the air, you're going to have to talk to your boss about this and go, hey, there's more and more coming to me, and I got to say I appreciate the trust to give me more, but I'm at I'm reaching frustration level, and I don't want it to affect my personal relationship with you and my professional relationship with you and my team and everything. I need help. You are my leader. I need help. Don't put the leader on the defensive by going, you've done this to me and you're the source of my frustration. Because, again, maybe a poor leader, maybe a desperate leader. So the only chance of you having any help from this leader, Ryan, is for the leader to feel like, oh no, Ryan's starting to burn out. And he's coming to me for help. See, you're not coming to him blaming the leader. You're coming to the leader for help, going, I'm getting nervous. I'm starting to fray. I'm starting to burn out a little bit. It's a lot, and I want to do everything I can. I've raised my hand. I've not said no every time you've come to me, and so I got to come to you. It's not fair to you if you don't know that I'm fraying out. I need your help. Will you help me? You see the difference in the posture there? The language you choose matters. The spirit matters, and that's the only shot you got, because what you hope happens is that leader goes, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry, Ryan. I didn't realize. I thought you could handle it. I should have asked. I didn't. Thank you for telling me. I'm going to fix this. That's the ideal response. It's what we're looking for. But that can't happen if you don't say anything. So keep the comments and questions coming. I want to just shout out, I saw one more in here. Tanya General said, hello, I just ordered your new book, From Paycheck to Purpose. I can't wait to start reading it. Awesome. It is the clear path. A lot of new people coming in all the time. We wrote our recent book because I wanted people to know there was an entire clear path. 7 stages that will allow you to climb to your professional pinnacle where you love what you do, you're great at it, and it produces results that matter to you, and your income is maxed out. And so is your impact, purpose, and meaning in your life. Go get it. KenColeman.com, wherever books are sold. All right, let's get to Oscar now, who joins us in Las Vegas, Nevada. Oscar, you're on the Ken Coleman Show.
Hi, how you doing, Ken?
I'm living the dream. Thank you for calling. What's up?
Awesome. So try to wrap it up short. So I'm 24. I've been trying to get stable and save up for a house to move out. I'm at $8,500 in school and tools and a year into plumbing. At my fourth company I'm at my fourth company within a year. All other companies either were not paying fairly or didn't have enough work, so I just left. Except one where they were making close to 6 figures that laid me off. Now I'm at a company where they pay more for the work, great reviews on Yelp, advertise on TV and billboards, but it's super slow. Like so far this week, I'm at 100 for sitting in my truck waiting for calls. Okay, so my question is, an instructor from school told me not to job hop because it just looks bad unless it's not paying the bills. I save only a couple hundred a month, but my goals at this pace will just take years. Should I take his advice and stick it out even though it's depressing me coming home knowing I didn't do or make much for the day? I'm only a month in here, and they just hired someone, which I don't know why. I don't know if there's just so much competition that it's like this everywhere. I'm seriously considering going back to school and recently started taking software courses online, just in case, especially if I get laid off again, since I'm the least experienced.
Okay, so you're making good money right now or no? Sounds like you've leveled up a bit.
Well, career-wise, like potential-wise, yes, but no, not really. Like I said, I'm only at $100 for the week.
Okay, so
on a Wednesday, yeah.
Oh, you've only made $100 this week?
Yeah, it's
because it's so you're. Oh, okay, I got it. Well, so I appreciate the advice you got because you don't want to, have a career of job hopping. But in the type of service industry and work you're doing, I don't think that matters as much. You need to go to a place where they need you and they're hopping. So, you need to go make more money. Right now, you can't keep this up. So if you're in the service industry, they're less concerned. You can just say, look, they hired me and they don't have any work. I'm sitting in a truck waiting for calls. That's not a that's not a slam on them. Nor is it a slam on you if you tell a potential new employer this. You go, look, I'm a guy who likes to work. I'm getting after it, man. I'm paying my debt off. I'm going to be the hardest worker you have. Yeah, you got to go find something. But let me just tell you this. I would not just assume that you've got to go to school to be able to level up. If you want to get, what kind of software work do you want to do? You mean as a developer?
Yeah, right now I'm taking like an online course like on Amazon Web Services and eventually into Python just in case this industry, like I said, it's a little competitive around.
What is the industry that you're in?
plumbing. So I'm not sure if it's just a lot of competition and it's like this everywhere else.
I got to tell you, you're in Las Vegas and you're a plumber and you don't have enough work.
Service.
Well, but my point is this. You're in a very hot trade. True or false?
Yeah, I thought it was. Maybe it's a little newer. Maybe construction is, but I'm not sure if the service is because it's still kind of new of a newer city.
Okay, I got it. But my point is you have the ability to use your head and your hands. And so you're going to have to self-fund this training to get the developer job. So that means we're working 2 and 3 jobs if we have to. It's all in right now. Like, we don't wait around. You're sitting in the truck waiting for a phone call for a company that doesn't have the work. We don't wait around. We take action. So we go, okay, wait a second. I have skill and I have experience. True or false?
Yes.
All right.
Yep.
So go get a good job right now. It's a hot market. You do your research in the trades. You have all the information that you need sitting in front of you, but you may need a little bit more gumption to go look for it. But brother, making $100 so far this week is enough gumption for me. you know what I'm saying? I'd be getting after it.
Yeah, I'm only a month in this company. This is my 4th company within the year. It's still like...
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. We're not worried about a resume right now. We're worried about paying the bills. And we're in a service industry that doesn't care so much about that. Go get a better paying gig now. I mean, we are, I think we're bumping up against emergency status. Go work. Go do the job. And right now, in your industry, if it's a company that's got a lot of calls and they need somebody, they don't care. I already told you what to tell them. Yeah, my previous company hired me and I'm sitting in a truck playing tiddlywinks. Before I get out of here, remember, everybody, you matter and you have what it takes. This is the Ken Coleman Show. Press on.
Thanks for listening to the Ken Coleman Show. For more, you can find the show on demand wherever you listen to podcasts and watch the show on YouTube. You can also find Ken across all social media by following @Ken Coleman.